When coming to Serbia, it's common to want to know what the exchange rates are, what is the currency, and what is a proper currency exchange rate when coming to Serbia. And today, we're going to talk about just that. Now, being that Serbia has become one of the largest attractions for tourism here in 2024, it's common for people from all around the world to ask, what is a great exchange rate for their currency? Now, even though that Serbia offers a wide range of currencies and exchanges for the different countries' currencies, some are not offered and some are. And today we're going to touch on some of the major currencies that are supplied here in Serbia and what exchanges I prefer to use when it comes to exchanging your country's currency into Serbian dinars. But before I get into that, I quickly want to touch on 5 major points when it comes to the Serbian dinar and some history on it from the past. The Serbian dinar, it did originate in the medieval times. It started back in the 13th century and was used up until this day here, including in the Yugoslavian days before Serbia broke apart or former Yugoslavia broke apart. It was also used in the Serbian or the Ottoman Empire. The dinar was replaced a few times by various Ottoman currencies up until the 19th century. And then again in the 19th century, it was reintroduced and was used up until the Yugoslav dinar came into place, which was after World War I. And then, of course, after the Yugoslavia broke up, it became, again, the Serbian dinar. Now, when coming into Serbia, you have a lot of exchanges just straight at the airport that you can use. But because those exchanges are going to be in the big tourist areas, the major attractions, if you go down to Kalemegdan or Knjaz Miloš down in Belgrade, you're going to have exchanges just littered down the road. However, you're going to pay a higher price for those, much like here in Novi Sad. If you are going to some of the major tourist areas such as the center of Novi Sad, you'll have exchange rates that differ far more than if you just go outside of the city center and look for an exchange there. But some of the currencies that Serbia does not uphold is, and I've seen this in majority of exchanges. Now, I've not seen all exchanges and seen what they work with. Now, if you go to a bank, it might be different, but a lot of exchanges do not support the Russian ruble. I've seen in a couple banks, such as Banka and Teza, they do support the Russian ruble. Also, the Ukrainian dollar, they do not support that as well, and many exchanges as well. But if you go to a bank, banks will also offer you a much more variety of exchange currencies that you can use. But one thing to note, and that many people here in Serbia do, is even though that they have bank accounts and able to exchange their money within the bank, you get a much better bang by going to an actual exchange, or what we call as menjačnicas here in Serbia. The best bang for your buck here in Serbia is, of course, going to be the euro. Everywhere you go along the side of the roads and you see the signs lit up at the exchange rates, typically it's going to be like 160 or 116.5 and 117.5. I'm just giving you numbers out here. Those are going to be for euros. You're not typically going to see Canadian dollars or US dollars or anything like that either. Another one that is very difficult to exchange here, and I'm not sure why, is many exchanges will not accept the Bosnian dinar or francs, for instance, as well. I've gone to Bosnia a couple times here in the past year. They will accept the Serbian dinar, but then when you get the Bosnian money back and come back to Serbia, I still have some sitting in my cabinet at home. and I'll just use it next time I go to Bosnia. I'm not going to go and beat around the bush and try and find what I can where I can exchange it. But heading into the exchange rates here in Serbia, and we're going to be talking about the day I'm recording this video, which is going to be October 13th, 2024. So please do not quote me on the exchange rates. A month from now, even a day from now, that can change. A year from now, don't say, Andre, you're wrong, because this is the exchange rate now. Exchanges and the rates change every single day. So one thing that is important is to check the rates every day. Now, again, there are many various exchanges or menjačnicas around Serbia, but I'm going to highlight the one that I like to use here in Novi Sad, and this is the one that I found that gave me the best return on various currencies, and they're called Gaga. So GAGA, I will leave a link to their website in the description of this video so that you can check them out. The top currencies that they do offer here is the euro, of course. They will do the United States dollar. They will do the Swiss franc. They will do Australian dollars, the Canadian dollars. And that's how I actually found out about them having the best exchange rate, especially for Canadian dollars. They will do Great Britain and Hungary money as well. Now, for instance, and they'll also actually do Bosnian money as well, but that also depends on what location you're going to. Not all of them will do that. Now, when you're looking at the exchange rate, the number that they have on Kupovini is what you're buying dinars for. So for every $1 of your money, you're going to be able to get this many dinars. And so when you say prodaja, that means if you're selling dinars for your currency, that's what you're going to be paying. So typically you're going to be paying more if you're selling dinars to get your currency rather than if you're going to be changing your currency into dinars. Now, again, euro is always number one. And so for €1, you're going to get 116.80 dinars here in Serbia. But if you were to sell dinars for €1, you have to pay 117.40 dinars for €1. When it comes to the US dollar, you're going to be paying $1 to get 105.50 dinars. And if you want to sell dinars to get American dollars, you're going to be paying 108.10 dinars for $1 American dollar. Now, when we get into the Swiss money, we're going to be getting $123 for 1 Swiss franc. And in order to get 1 Swiss franc, you're going to be paying 126 dinars for one. When it comes to Australia is Australian people love coming to Serbia. There's a lot of people that left former Yugoslavia to go down to Australia, so it's very common to see them coming back to Serbia, visiting friends and relatives and the like. And so for $1 Australian, you're going to be paying you're going to get 70 dinars for that, and in order to get $1 Australian, you're going to be paying 73.45 dinars for that. Now, for my Canadians out there, we are in good luck because our dollar is better than the Australian dollar, and so for $1 Canadian, you will be getting 76 dinars. In order to get $1 Canadian back, you will have to pay 79.30 dinars. And then when you get into the Great Britain pound, £1 will get you 136.90 dinars. And in order to get 1 Great Britain pound, you will have to pay 141.50. Now, what you might want to do is when you're coming into Serbia, is try in your local country, your local bank where you're living in currently, and see about getting an exchange there. I've had a lot of clients and people who have contacted us before they've moved to Serbia and said, hey, listen, we got X, Y, and Z for our currency exchange. I checked it up against some of the currency exchanges here in Serbia, and they got a lot better rate back in their home country than they would have if they came here to Serbia and did that here as well. And one of the things I'm going to do is we are coming out with a relocation guide and a tourist guide as well in about a month's time. And so within those guides, I'm going to have a list of the top exchanges that you can use, not only here in Serbia and Belgrade, but we're going to also cover Kragujevac and Niš as well. The guides are going to cover those 4 major cities. And then once you sign up for the guides, you're going to have updated guides, and it's going to be based on a one-time pay for a lifetime subscription on these guides. So it's going to be really great value if that's something that you're looking to obtain in the near future. I will leave a link in the description below also so that you can sign up to be on the mailing list when we do decide to release those guides. We're in the final phases of uploading it to the online platform, creating the groups online as well so that we can give live support. I'll be one of the moderators on these groups giving live support to people within these guides and people who sign up for these guides as well. So if you got some great value out of this video, please smash that like button. Leave a comment down below on anything else that you'd like me to cover in these videos, and I want to see you on the next one.